Hello, everyone. Let's enjoy the holiday more by baking eggless Christmas plum cake with Astha. आप सबको पता ही है आस्था इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट लव्ड एंड फेवरेट लोकल बेकर्स ऑफ वाईवाईसी. अब हमारे कैलगरी की सबसे फेवरेट बेकर हैं ये. And I assume that you guys are ready with your ingredients and the mixing bowl. And we have now Astha and her little helper chef. And introduce yourself, please.
Hi guys. So she's Cherry, my little assistant, and wish you a Merry Christmas in advance. So here I'm Astha, your favorite chef. So I'm baking a eggless plum cake for you guys. So I love this cake. This is the most festive month of the year, and we everybody look forward for this month because there's so much positivity, meeting friends, families, getting together, having party, right? So now, because this time it's all because of the pandemic, we can't meet our families, so I thought to bake a cake for you guys, and you can bake it with your kids and for your family. So here, let's get started, right?
Astha, there are some points I have to tell the audience. First of all, we due to logistic issues, हम Zoom session नहीं कर पाए हैं. So you are live on the Facebook. You can post your comments. I'll pass your comments or your queries or your questions to Astha. If Astha will not be able to respond at that time, so what you can do, Astha will respond it later. So no worries. So you can post your comments, queries, whatever you like. And importantly, SCAN, that is the Indian Society of Calgary Entertainment Network, as a center is offering you two gifts. So if you bake a cake, and that is like the best cake, if judges will decide which cake is best, you will get a beautiful hamper, specially handcrafted by Astha. This hamper is totally handmade, and it reminds me of Coffee with Karan hamper. I'm very eager to see this. Astha, can you show the hamper, please?
Yeah. So this is the hamper.
Oh, it's a beautiful hamper.
It has all handmade goodies, and there's gonna be one Christmas plum cake as a gift too.
Okay, थैंक यू आस्था. एंड हमारा जो सेकंड गिफ्ट रहेगा वो है, आप कमेंट्स कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए, और हम रैंडमली एक कोई भी विनर चुनेंगे, उसको आस्था से बेक किया हुआ एक क्रिसमस केक मिलेगा. सो इट्स अ गुड चांस फॉर फ्यू पीपल टू गेट टू गिफ्ट. सो पार्टिसिपेट एज मच एज यू कैन. सो आस्था, आर यू रेडी?
Yeah.
So can you start? Yeah.
Yes. So I'll take over from there. So now it's all about plum cake, right? So in plum cake, it's called the fruit soaking is very important, right? So it's fruit soaking. It's actually a tradition where it started in England, right? So it was more of a family tradition, and the soaking of fruits was done with family and friends, which means it's giving positivity, good health, and happiness to the family. And these soaked fruits are actually in rum. So but today I'm not going to soak it in rum, right? I'm doing it eggless and soaking it in orange juice, but I'm just giving you a layout of the plum cake. So these fruits are being soaked and moistened for months and like for 1 year, and so that it becomes so softened and so flavorful. And when you dump it in your cake mix, there's all flavor of rum and fruits. It all comes in your cake. So here we start soaking the fruits. So you have to take a pan, and there's orange juice in the recipe, which is 1/3 cup. So here is my orange juice. Put it in a pan, and water. So this is also 1/3 cup of water. Now, what you have to do is, these are glazed cherries. So you easily get these cherries in Superstore, in Walmart. You can get it like in bulk barn. I've just randomly chopped it, and I'm dumping it in the juice. These are tutti frutti. I hope this reminds you of your childhood, right? But don't get panic if you don't get this. You can like increase the quantity of cherries which is easily available in any of the stores. I'm dumping this in too. Now comes the cranberry. So these are my cranberries. I'm putting the cranberries also. These are my chopped apricots, easily available in any of the stores, easily available in Costco. I hope it's very common and most of the people have it at home. Just do it like fine chop, and then I'm dumping this in an orange juice too. These are my black raisins. And this too. And I have one more thing, which is like chopped prunes, which my assistants had cut for me. So I'm putting this in too. Just give it a good mix. And I have to cook this for like 5 to 7 minutes so that the fruit gets soft enough. Just give it a quick boil for 5 to 6 minutes and then you're good to go. Just you have to make sure your fruits are soaked nicely and the fruits are softened enough so that when you add it to your cake, you don't feel that little hardness for your fruits, right? And I'm going to show you once this is done. Meanwhile, I have these nuts for the recipe that I'm going to chop it. Just a rough chop is good. If there is any question, Ankita, you can just ask me. I can answer it right now.
Don't worry, Astha. I will keep you updated. Astha, when is the last date of posting that picture of a cake?
I think so because we are giving a fresh baked cake. So maximum by 9 p.m. tonight, if you can post your pictures. And I would like to see the top. And if you can just slice your cake and show the texture from inside, that would be great.
Okay. So guys, now you know what you have to do. Astha will see and evaluate your cake and then the winner will be decided. So let me know your questions, queries, whatever you have, post in your comments. I'll pass it to Astha. If Astha won't be able to respond, she will get back to you later. So आप कभी भी comment कीजिए, post कीजिए.
So these are my chopped nuts. It has almonds, it has cashew nut, and it has walnuts. You don't have any of your nuts, don't worry about it. Just do almonds, just do cashew. You can do walnuts, only walnuts. You can do pecans, whatever is available at home. Don't worry about the ingredient, as in like you need to have the specific nut. Don't worry about that.
Astha, sorry to interrupt. There is a question that how much time they have to preheat their oven and at what temperature? They want to know the preheating and the temperature.
Sorry to tell you, I also have not done it. So you have to preheat your oven at 340 degrees Fahrenheit.
And Prabhashri has one more question. If it is not disturbing you, that how you don't soak it for a couple of hours. Why?
Sorry?
You don't soak the fruits and the dry fruits for a couple of hours.
I'm not soaking for these for hours because I'm cooking it on the fire, right? So it itself is soaking and getting softened. But traditionally, if we do it in rum, we don't have to cook it. You just have to dump all your fruits and the rum, and like you have to soak it for months, so it just gets softened up when it as it ages. Here I'm not doing it. I can show you like this method. If you have to do it like very quickly, if you have to do it in a rum form, you can just do, instead of orange juice, you can add rum to it. It's just the same thing. This is how it's looking. If you can see, I need to cook like for 2-3 more minutes so it gets more softened. So the cake mixing can be done with your whisk. If you don't have any machine, you can just use this in a bowl. This will make you have to apply more pressure to it, right? So I'm not doing by hand. I'm doing in this mixer, which most of the people have it. If you don't have this, you guys can use this. This is also easily available on Amazon or any of your stores. So people who bake, who love to bake, they know what I'm talking about. This is good for mixing as well. It doesn't you don't have to apply too much pressure when you're mixing a cake mix.
They can do it with the manual whisker, right?
Sorry?
They can do it with the manual whisker as well, right?
Yeah, they can. The only difference is they have to apply more pressure. That's it. So this is the soaked fruits. If you can see the texture, if there's some leftover orange juice, don't worry about it. It will just go inside the cake. So more flavorful. If you have to add rum in it, you are most welcome to do that, please. So now comes the mixing part. So I have a brown sugar here and I have oil here. I'm using a yellow golden sugar here, which I bought it from Costco. You can use dark brown sugar. I'm using brown sugar because it gives good color to the cake, right? So what you have to do is just dump in your sugar here in the mixer and your oil. So one thing is very important in baking: buy these spatulas. Every ingredient, every gram, milligram counts in baking. So you have to scrape your bowl completely, whatever ingredient you have in the bowl. And now you have to mix it. इसको mix करना है अच्छे से, so that जो आपकी चीनी है और तेल है वो अच्छे से mix हो जाए, घुल जाए, जिसको हम कहते हैं हिंदी में, and कोई lump ना हो उसमें, कोई गांठें ना हो. Just on a medium speed. If you can see, it looks like this. Just mixing it. So इसमें मैंने 3/4 कप ब्राउन शुगर लिया है and half cup oil लिया है. These cups are easily available in dollar stores, in any of the stores. That's why I'm giving you in cups. Mix it nicely. Just थोड़ा सा mix करना है कि चीनी oil के साथ घुल जाए.
Instead of sugar. आस्था, देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन कि आपने पाउडर्ड जैगरी क्यों नहीं यूज किया शुगर की बजाय?
This recipe calls for sugar. You
Yeah,
guys can
okay.
try with jaggery. You guys can try with jaggery. This is how it looks. बस इसको हल्का सा मिक्स करना है. Don't worry about कि ये एकदम घुल जाएगा. It will take time. Don't worry about that.
आस्था, और 2 क्वेश्चन और हैं, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लेंगे. कितना ब्राउन शुगर और ऑयल चाहिए?
3/4 cup.
Okay.
I use these cups. Let me show you. I use these cups, which is easily available in dollar store, Walmart, Superstore, any of your stores. And these are the measuring spoons. It's very important when you are using, when you're baking a cake, measure karke recipe banana is very important. Because baking is something that needs the exact amount, right? How you are doing it.
And the last question is, why you didn't use the butter why not butter instead of oil? Why you have not used butter?
It's cost effective, first of all, right? And that's the only reason. And a different recipe calls for different basically, what should I say, different recipe calls for different ingredient, right? Because this is a eggless cake, that's why I've used oil, so that it becomes little lighter. And if I use butter, once it cools down, it hardens up, right? So that's the difference also. I hope I have cleared all your questions. Is there any other question?
No, ask questions. Thank you for addressing. Yeah. Thank you for addressing. These are the questions as of now. Thanks.
Now I'm adding, this has 1 cup of yogurt with vanilla in it. I'm adding this to the mix. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Always scrape. Remind yourself to scrape. Buy these spatulas. Very useful. And you get these different these spatulas in dollar store, which you can, it's a heat proof, you can just use it in your cooking, but make sure don't use the garlic ones in your cake, right? Your cake will be like a garlicky cake. Now I'm mixing this. इसको सिर्फ mix करना है एक बारी कि जो दही और शुगर है वो अच्छे से mix हो जाए. Now I'm adding flour to it. इसमें है 1.5 cup of maida, which is refined flour, and it has 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. If you can see this, the black thing, and it has 1 teaspoon of orange zest, and then it has 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So first of all, when you are making a cake and dumping all your dry ingredients, it's very important for you to mix your dry ingredients or sieve it. I'm not sieving it. It's already sieved for me. I just wanted you to show how you have to mix your dry ingredients so that the baking powder and baking soda are evenly distributed in your flour. And for the allspice, this spice is specially made for the cakes, for the cookies, for the festive cookies, for jams. This is not garam masala I'm using. ये garam masala नहीं है जो मैं केक में डाल रही हूँ. I'll show you. This is allspice. This you get it at any of your stores, grocery stores. If you don't want to buy this, you can call for what you can write down or note down for 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, 1/8 teaspoon of ginger powder, and 1/8 teaspoon of clove powder. If you don't want to buy this is specially used for plum cakes, and because plum cakes we make it in winters, because like in winters it's so cold, so we do these sweet spices, we dump it in the cake, so it's more flavorful. It blends well with orange juice, it blends well with rum. Instead of, if you don't want to use orange juice, you can always use any other juice, I think. So you can use cranberry juice as well instead of orange juice. That's the option that I'm giving you. So now just dump all the dry ingredients in here. Just give it a good mix. You don't have to over mix. And make sure when you mix it, it should be on a slow speed. Otherwise your dry flour, all your dry ingredients will fly off. So just be careful about that. So if you can see, I want to show you something. If you can see here, my flour is on the side. So just give it a scrape and then again mix it. So if you can see, my flour is completely combined. This is how it looks.
Yeah. Astha, sorry to interrupt. There is one question that did you use yogurt at the normal temperature or is it cold?
Just at room temperature.
Thank you.
And you can use any of your yogurts. No Greek yogurt. 1%, 2%, 3%. घर का दही कुछ भी use कर सकते हो.
Thank
But
you, Astha.
no Greek yogurt because it's too heavy for the cake. I'm not done this. Why? And now I am doing this. These are the chopped nuts. I'm dumping this in the mix. Just give it a one mix, good mix. And now what you have to do is these soaked fruits that you have, I'm just keeping some on the side for the garnish of the cake.
आस्था, बहुत लोगों का क्वेश्चन रहता है कि टूटी फ्रूटी जैसे ट्रेडिशनली हमें इंडिया में मिलती है, क्या यहाँ पे इजीली अवेलेबल है या फिर हमें सुपर स्टोर से कुछ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ टूटी फ्रूटी मिलती है?
टूटी फ्रूटी अगर नहीं मिलती है, आई बॉट इट फ्रॉम बल्क बार्न. अगर नहीं मिलती, यू कैन इजीली गेट द ग्लेज्ड चेरीज एट सुपर स्टोर और वॉलमार्ट. उसको आप रिप्लेस कर सकते हो.
Did we get the same flavor?
Sorry?
क्या हमें वैसा ही फ्लेवर मिलेगा जैसा हम ढूंढते हैं इंडियन केक्स में?
I bought it, like I use it from here, store bought. What I get it. There are some ingredients that जो यहाँ पर हमें मिलते हैं, you don't get it in India, right? Same. जो India का कई traditional ingredient है, sometimes you don't get that same flavor and same taste, right? So that's the same thing. If you don't want to use tutti frutti, don't use it. You don't want to use cherries, don't use it. Whatever dry fruit you have, whatever fruit you have, just replace that. Like अगर 1 cup half cup tutti frutti लिखा है and half cup cherry लिखा है, you don't want to do that. उसी की जगह increase कर दो, black currants डाल दो, raisins डाल दो उसकी जगह, prunes increase आप कर सकते हो. It's all up to you and your taste.
Thank you.
So this is, I'm saving for the garnish, and rest we have to put it inside the cake and mix it. It's hot, don't worry about it. There's juice in it, don't worry about it. You have to pour everything inside and clean your pan. Now again, you have to give it a good mix. Just एक बारी mix करना है. And if you guys are thinking कि इसमें बहुत सारे ingredients हैं, so don't worry about it. जो आपको पसंद है, जो fruit आपके पास है, जो nut आपके पास है, आप वो डाल सकते हो. So this is how it looks. So whenever you mix a cake mix, always make sure you mix it with spatula like this. कि नीचे का ऊपर and ऊपर का नीचे सब अच्छे से mix हो जाए with the spatula also. कई बार नीचे flour रह जाता है, sugar, butter, oil, कुछ जो भी है आपके mix में रह जाता है. You can always mix it like this. So now I'm lining the bowl. Cake pan. You can use any cake pan. I'm using round. You can use loaf pan. You can use your silicone molds if you have. You can use your bundt cake molds. Anything. You can make it in cupcake shapes, whatever you like. There's no, I can't say anything about it. As in, like, it all up to you what you want. So this recipe calls for an 8-inch round cake. So it's up to you. You can, if you want to do a small cake, you can make it in like 2 cakes also out of this small 2 cakes. You can keep this in fridge for this mix for around 4 to 5 days, and then you can make it again. So nothing will go bad in this cake mix. If you just want to do a small cake, gift it, and then bake it fresh for another friend, for family, you can just do it again. So don't worry about it.
Astha, one question from Jayanta. So he asked, if we use the egg, will that change the taste too much or it will stay similar?
Sorry?
अगर आप केक में एग यूज करते हैं तो क्या उसका टेस्ट बदलेगा या सिमिलर रहेगा?
Yes, this recipe calls for eggless cake. Like a recipe which has egg, it has different ratio. So don't replace dahi with egg right now in this recipe. This is specially made recipe which is eggless. So don't replace specially egg. Don't add egg to this instead of yogurt. I'm doing this eggless recipe because I come across a lot of people who don't eat egg and they look for eggless version about it. You can easily get egg wala cake in Calgary. It's very common. You can get rum wala cake. It's common. But I'm just doing it for people who just want to home bake for their families and friends who don't consume alcohol and eggs. So this is my thought, right? Because I come across so many people who talk about that they don't eat egg and they don't drink alcohol. So this is for them, but anybody can make it. So there is no limitation, right?
आस्था, रेसिपी की डिमांड तो एक बात है, क्या टेस्ट में या फ्लेवर में कोई चेंज आएगा अगर आप योगर्ट यूज करते हो या एग यूज करते हो?
There's different texture. Every ingredient has a different texture. अगर आप मैदे की जगह आटा डाल दोगे, it's different, right? आप मैदे की रोटी बनाओगे और आटे की रोटी बनाओगे, it's different, right? Same with the cake, right? Every ingredient is different with their texture. So हर ingredient का outcome texture will be different. If you add jaggery, you have to try. I haven't tried. If somebody tries it, please let me know how it comes with the same recipe. I haven't tried, but you can try. Maybe you can try with reduce instead of 1.5 cup of maida, do half cup of atta and do 1 cup of maida. Try that. If somebody tries, do let me know. As in, like, I haven't tried it, so I don't know about it. But yes, if you put jaggery or what you call jaggery powder, I'm sure the taste will be different from what this will get. So now I'm going to line this pan. Is there any other question, Ankita?
As of now, no, there is no question. You can move ahead.
Okay.
You can go on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So this is the pan. It's very important for you to grease the pan जिससे cake आपका stick ना हो. I am using this pan. You can do it with oil, butter, whatever you have at home. You just have to spray it. And now I'm putting this parchment paper. You get these pre-cut parchment paper at any of your grocery store, dollar store. You can cut it yourself, whatever. This we usually put because the cake will not stick to the bottom of the pan. It's very simple. You just have to put it like this. No rocket science in this. Now give it a good mix again, just with a spatula. And I'm just pouring this cake mix in the cake pan. I'm just bringing close to me. It's difficult for me.
Astha, there is a fun question. How old is your assistant?
8-year-old. Hi, assistant.
People want to see her.
Yeah.
Hi.
She's my niece. And she was so excited for this कि उसको कल रात को नींद ही नहीं आई कि because she was like कि मुझे टीवी पे आना है. What is your experience? Tell me. See the camera and tell me. See the camera and tell everybody.
My experience is because I always wanted to like be on TV and I always wanted to be on live. And that was why I was so excited.
And she loves baking. So she's like, her next plan is that she's coming for baking sessions. And we're going to bake together. And I'm going to post some pictures with her soon.
So cute. Thank you, Astha.
Thank you. So this is like the cake mix. It's all mixed. This is empty. So just flatten it like this. कुछ भी नहीं करना, बस pour करना है उसमें. You don't have to worry about design करना है, क्या करना है. And this is the fruits, leftover fruits. ये आपने इसके ऊपर गार्निश के लिए डालना है. आपके पास इसमें अगर pumpkin seed है, hazelnut है, almonds डालने हैं ऊपर, जो भी कुछ डालना है, आप कुछ भी डाल सकते हो. You have sunflower seed. Anything you can put, whatever you think of कि हम केक में डाल सकते हैं. This is your cake. This is your fruit cake. You can just add your fruits and nuts according to your taste. This looks like this. And now I'm going to put this in baking at 340 degrees Fahrenheit. It's my preheated oven. And because it's a big cake, so it takes around 45 to 50 minutes. Don't worry about it. Don't open the oven again and again. First set the timer for 30 to 35 minutes. And then check if you think that it's still kacha or it still needs to be done, then increase the time. I can't tell you the exact time because I don't know which pan, how much mix, how many cakes you are baking, right? And if you're doing a double batch, it's gonna take more time. So you have to gauge your oven. I am using my oven, which is just underneath this gas stove. You can use OTG. You can use any small oven if you have, whatever it is, right? You have to gauge. I can only tell you the temperature, but time, it depends on your oven and what cake you're baking. If you're baking these 4 small cakes right out of this, the time will differ. So it's different. So now I'm putting this in baking. set the time for 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, I'm gonna check whether it's done or not. And I have a pre-made cake that I have done for you guys. So I'm gonna show you that.
Astha, before you show, there is one question that in India we dry the fruits in sun for few days. Should we dry it here too, especially the cherries?
I don't think so. यहाँ पर धूप तो मुझे लगता नहीं कि कभी आती है, और अगर आती भी होगी तो फिर स्नो पड़ जाती होगी. So I think so. Just buy store bought. Don't worry about you have to do it sun dried or anything like that.
Thank you.
So this is how the outcome of the cake will look like. Jerry, can I have this?
Yeah.
Thank you. And so this is, I have added more fruits. This is like, I just baked this in the morning. And it depends. You want to garnish more, you want to add any other seed, nuts. There is no seed, nuts in it. It's just the soaked fruits. मैंने थोड़ा ऊपर ज़्यादा garnish किया है. And now it's up to you how you decorate it.
Astha,
Yeah, sorry.
Astha, एक question है कि क्या ये रेसिपी बाद में मिलेगी? Because some people want to bake it later on.
Yes,
So क्या
yes,
ये रेसिपी available है?
I can post this in a comment box, or we can just I have the recipe. I can just post it later on, and everybody can figure it out what is the recipe and the method, and then they can see the live video as well. I hope that works. Ankita?
Yeah.
All right. So it's up to you. You want to serve it like this? Do it like this. There is another thing that you want to do is, if you want to make it more shiny, I'm not doing it. It's not in the recipe. I'm just telling you verbally. Just take some jam, any fruit jam, apricot jam, put some water in it, warm it, थोड़ा सा boil और thick हो, just paste it so that ऊपर आपको थोड़ा sweetness आएगी if you like that, and it's gonna be more shiny. I'm not doing this in this recipe because it's already, there's so many fruits and sugar, so I don't want to do it. Just giving you an option. This is the option that you can do. So I have this red ribbon. I'm just decorating my cake. If I want to gift it to somebody, it's up to you. You can use any Christmas color or whatever you want to do.
Astha, one more question. Can you tell people about the temperature for oven one more time so that they can just know that?
40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Astha, they want to temperature for the one more time, like temperature for the oven.
340, 340. So here is this. You can do it. And I have these. Am I audible? Ankita, Divesh, Ankita?
Yeah, you are audible. Perfect.
All right. So these are like cinnamon. Everybody has this at home. मैंने उसको बस ऐसे रिबन में बांध दिया है. आप रस्सी बांध सकते हो, कुछ भी बांध सकते हो डेकोरेट करने के लिए. You can just put it here on the top of the cake. Put this star anise. ये किसी भी ग्रोसरी स्टोर में मिल जाएगा. You can put this. It's not necessary. I have made it for you guys. It's Merry Christmas. It says, and it's anybody can tell what is this in the comment box.
Yeah, so yeah, guys, the question for you. So tell what is this in the comment box. Astha, can you provide some more clue?
It's completely visible. You have to see and tell me what it is. It's just okay. Leave it. I'm gonna tell you now. It says Merry Christmas on it.
Merry Christmas, but did you make it yourself or you bought it?
I made it myself. You don't have to worry about it. It's just for the decoration that I've made it for the picture and stuff. But what you can make out of this? What is this, guys?
They are commenting. Jayanta wrote Merry Xmas, fondant. Yeah, you can later see that they're commenting. It's a
Yeah, it
mask.
says Merry Christmas. It is a fondant. That's correct. Anything else, Ankita?
As of now, like people are replying that it's made of fondant. Yeah, so it's a
No,
mask.
I want to know what is the shape. You've not made this? So I especially made this mask. It says Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
so people,
Because whole year we were wearing mask and we are still,
yeah.
right?
Astha,
So
people
this is
have
a
replied it
pandemic
as a mask.
Christmas.
Yeah,
So this is
many
a
people.
pandemic Christmas. So this is like, so this is how you can decorate it. You can put nuts, you can put anything, whatever you think of. You can just wrap it in a cling film or a cellophane and put a ribbon on it if you want to gift to somebody. It's your choice, it's your cake, it's your creativity. Is there any other questions, Ankita?
Let me check one more time. I think there is no more question. Yes, many people have replied that it is a mask. So there are many answers to it. But as of now, I cannot see any question. If you have any question related to query, please post in the comments.
Am I audible, Ankita?
Now you are audible. Yeah.
I just want to know who all are baking.
Astha wants to know, are you baking right now? Astha, there is one more question. Can we have the cross-sectional view of the cake? Astha, there is question. Can we have the cross-sectional?
I can cut this cake right now, guys. Reason being, I have to give this cake to the winner. I'm so sorry about that. One second. Can you remove this one? Ulta kar de. I have one more cake. Wait, I can show you guys. Just baking. Oh, sorry, just cutting the slice. Guys, wait, I have to do this on a chopping board. So it looks like this. Is it visible? Ankita?
It's visible. It looks amazing.
You can put any
Astha,
nuts.
one last.
Put any. Yeah.
One last question. Like people want some more time because they will be gathering this stuff today and they want to bake it tomorrow. So can we allow extra time?
You have to suggest me that. Ankita, what do you think?
I think, yeah, because there are a lot of ingredients people want to buy it. They want little bit of extra time. They will gather all today and they will like make it by tomorrow. So I think we can give them a day. Maybe they are feeling it's too early today.
Okay, so tomorrow by 9 p.m.
Yeah, tomorrow by
That
9 p.m.
works,
guys.
everybody? You have to give thumbs up in your comment box if it works for you guys. People who are not baking.
Yes, for
Ankita?
till tomorrow 9 p.m. So this will be up, right?
Yeah.
9 p.m.
So the best cake with the best texture, you have to cut it. You have to cut the cake and show it the way I have done it. And how does it look? What's your creativity on the cake? How you decorate it? You have to show everything. Like give 3-4 pictures in comment box or how you want to post it. Like make a collage or whatever. But
They
the
they can
best
make a
winner
short,
will get this
yeah.
hamper.
They can make a short video even. They
You
can this is your gift hamper, guys. If you bake a good cake,
so
so you will
this
get this gift hamper.
So this gift hamper will has it has a plum cake, this eggless one, the one that I'm baking today. Then it has caramel popcorns. It has meringues. That's perfect for kids. It has a rum ball and it has a hot chocolate ball. So it's all handcrafted and it has a masala gur as well that I have handcrafted and made it by myself. So I hope you guys are excited and it was a good fun baking session. And if you
After one
guys
last
have any
question.
doubts,
One last
yeah,
question for this. Like Prabha is asking, can you tell me once again about all spice? How much quantity of the all spice?
yeah. So it's the quantity of all spice is a half teaspoon. If you don't want to buy this, if you don't want to buy this, you can make your own allspice at home for the cake, which is 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, 1/8 teaspoon of ginger powder. It's a dry ginger powder, and 1/8 teaspoon of clove powder.
Thank you, Astha. Guys, if you have any questions, please post in the comments. Astha will get back to you later. Thank you for joining. I think we are done
If
with
you
the show.
have any
Astha, comment by
questions,
you.
while if you have any questions while you're baking tonight, tomorrow, you can post in your comment box. If you have any further questions, you can get back to us. We will be happy to answer your questions, any doubts. And is there anything else I can help you with, or you guys want to learn anything else, any suggestions? Just give it in a comment box that if you want to learn anything or you want any good baking session for anything, any puddings, any other cake. I would love to help that with you, and I would love to do a baking session again with you guys. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
Give a
Thank you.
thumbs up in the comment box.
Thumbs up in that comment box. I think we are towards the closure. Thank you guys for joining, watching. Please bake the cake and win the hamper, cake and everything. Thank you everyone and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Bye. See you again, guys.